The end of an era for Daniel Jones and the New York Giants. It is official. Brian Daboll has benched Daniel Jones, and he has named he has named Tommy DeVito, as the starting quarterback for the New York Giants. And on today's video, I'm going to give you the exact reason why Brian Daboll went to Cutlets over Drew Lock. Let's start with this and start by setting the stage. I thought it was going to be Drew Lock. I thought Drew Lock was going to be the guy that the Giants turned to for a couple of different reasons. Number one, you gave him $5 million in free agency. He has a cap hit of $5 million. He has a higher cap hit than Saquon Barkley this year. You made it a priority to go out and sign Drew Lock in free agency. There was also rumors and reports that you sold Drew Lock on being the starting quarterback for the New York Giants. That's what Lock apparently told John Snyder, the general manager of the Seattle Seahawks, why he is leaving. You also gave Drew Lock an opportunity to earn $3 more million, $8 million in total because of incentives. I'll say this, when it comes to winning and losing, playing DeVito over Lock makes no sense. And I'll take it a step further. The fact that you have paid Drew Lock and you signed him, it makes no sense to play Lock behind DeVito. It makes no sense to go to DeVito, except for one reason. And I'll tell you that reason in a second. But clearly, Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll liked Drew Lock enough to go pay him. They saw enough in his time as a player in this league and as his time as a starter to say, that's going to be our QB2. That's going to be the guy we roll with. He was QB2 all spring. He was QB2 all summer. He was QB2 all fall. He was recently just QB2 in week 10. But it wasn't enough. Lock has started in 23 games in his career. He's thrown 27 touchdowns and 20 INTs. I thought he would have brought a big play element to this team. I thought he could have unlocked a guy like Malik Neighbors, but you didn't go that way. You're going with Tommy DeVito. And some people have speculated the reason you're going with Cutlets over Lock is due to his contract and due to the incentives that are inside of that contract. When the Giants signed Drew Lock, it was a one-year, $5 million deal. They gave him an opportunity to earn $3 more million in incentives. You see the incentives on screen. The only one that he really, in my opinion, has a chance to connect on is playing 40 to 49% of the snaps. And that would pay him $250,000 more dollars. And I know $250,000 in the NFL seems like a little bit. That's a lot to pay somebody out more than you initially sign them. He's not going to throw for the passer rating. He's got to have a certain amount of attempts. That's not going to happen. So I don't buy the beef that they're selling when it comes to we benched him. And it's not the Giants are selling. The fan base is selling us. We benched because we didn't want to pay him the incentives. No, the Giants are admitting the season is over. The Giants are admitting that they are no longer doing the best that they can to win games. Because there is not any evidence that shows that Drew Lock should not play over Tommy DeVito. And I'm not trying to shit on DeVito. You made a couple of moves and a couple of reasons you made the move. One is you are tanking. Like, I never thought the Giants would tank, but playing Lock over DeVito tells me you're waving the white flag and you're tanking. But honestly, it doesn't even matter who was at quarterback. The Giants will be lucky to win one game the remainder of the season. You're going to be underdogs to the Bucs. You might beat the Cowboys on Thanksgiving against Cooper Rush. You're going to be underdogs against the Saints and the Ravens and the Falcons and the Colts and the Eagles. Even if the Eagles have that division locked up, I still think the Giants will lose. Look, if the Giants thought Tommy DeVito was ready, if the Giants thought that Tommy DeVito was the best chance for them to win, why did they sign Drew Lock? Why did they pay him $5 million? Why did they waste $5 million on the salary cap to pay Drew Lock? It doesn't make sense. And that's another reason that what is Joe Schoen doing? Like, I don't think it's the worst decision in the world to go with DeVito, but it's just another red flag. Like, you paid a quarterback in Daniel Jones, he stinks. You missed. You paid a quarterback in Drew Lock. You don't even trust him to play. I seriously have concerns about Joe Schoen's ability to manage, identify, and build around the quarterback position. There is one main reason, though, that I believe the Giants benched Drew Lock and Daniel Jones and roll with Tommy DeVito. I'll tell you why Tommy Cutlett's going to be back under center. But first, I got to give a major shout out to our proud sportsbook partner, DraftKings. Use the promo code NixChat, make a $5 bet, and get $200 in instantly bonus bets.
The Emirates NBA Cup is here. You can win big getting in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. All 30 teams split into 6 groups every Tuesday and Friday, playing for the right to advance in the single elimination in-season tourney, culminating in the NBA Cup Championship in Vegas. First time, here's something special just for you. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook. Every point counts. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code NixChat. That's code NixChat for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/BBALL.
I've put a little parlay together for the Monday Night Football game. I'm going to take Joe Mixon anytime touchdown score, as well as CeeDee Lamb anytime touchdown score. This bet is plus 375. Shout out to DraftKings for sponsoring today's video. Make sure you bet responsibly and use that promo code NixChat. All righty. Why is DeVito the guy? I think there are multiple reasons why the Giants made DeVito the quarterback over Drew Lock. I would have rolled with Lock, but I also can see the other side of the coin, and I can understand why they did it. Number one, you reignite the fan base. This is a player that puts butts in seats. I've had multiple season ticket holders already reach out to me saying, I'm taking my tickets off of Ticketmaster. I am no longer selling my season tickets on Game Time. I am going to watch the Giants play with DeVito under center. Number one, going to reignite the fan base. Going to give you something to cheer about. Local kid, Don Bosco Prep, grew up a Giants fan. We all know that. Number two, he gives the locker room something to rally around. We saw last year that Tommy DeVito pretty much became the face of the New York Giants. He was the heartbeat of this team. His teammates rally around him. They embraced him, and they believed in him. And they knew that he had enough juice to at least give them an ability to compete in some games. Number two, Tommy DeVito has a chance to show that his improvement, you hope he improves, and that he could potentially be the long-term backup for the New York Giants. I thought that if you rolled with Lock, who you paid $5 million, you could have potentially made him your bridge quarterback next year. But I think that these reasons are just as strong as those. Look, DeVito did what he did last year. He started 9 games. He played in 9 games, started 6 of them, and he went 3-3. Got a win on Monday Night Football against the Green Bay Packers. The stats were so-so, though. Completed 64% of his passes, threw for just 1,100 yards. He did have 8 passing TDs to just 3 picks. That's one thing that I do appreciate about DeVito. He takes care of the football, and he did it last year in a muddy pocket. He was sacked 37 times. His ability to work in a pocket that is collapsing and dirty was something that I thought was impressive for an undrafted quarterback in his rookie year. But the facts are the facts. I think sometimes when you have a memory in the past that brought you happiness, you then look back on it when you reach the future and you oversell it and you believe it was better than what it was. DeVito in 2023 was just meh. He had 4 big-time throws in 9 games. He had a big-time throw percentage of 2.2. Had just 5 turnover-worthy plays, which I love. A turnover-worthy play percentage of 2.1. But your big-time throw percentage and your turnover-worthy play percentage should never be this close. It should be at minimum double your turnover-worthy play percentage, especially when you're throwing the ball 6.6 yards down the field. Look, my main concern with Tommy DeVito is we talked earlier about his ability to take care of the ball and make plays within the pocket. But I also think he lacks the skill, which this is a skill, having pressures not turn into sacks. That's a skill in my eyes. Your ability to not have every pressure that comes at your feet turn into a negative play. Tommy DeVito's pressure to sack percentage this past year when he played, 37.44%, meaning 37.4% of his pressures turn into a sack. That was the highest percentage in the NFL. For reference, Daniel Jones was 31.6%, number 2 in the NFL. So I worry a little bit about that with the Giants' offensive line where it's at. Maybe it's better, and Evan Neal continues to play better, and the switch of Illuminor to left tackle keeps you afloat. But I do love the swag DeVito plays with. He brings the spark. And that's what Brian Daboll said. And that's the ultimate reason why I believe the Giants made this move. Brian Daboll said, we made the move we made because we needed a spark. Who's got more of a spark for this team than Tommy DeVito? He's going to put butts in seats. He'll have people on their feet. Giants season was over, and they sold out MetLife Stadium on Monday Night Football against the Green Bay Packers with DeVito playing. He plays with swag. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's ultra competitive. He brings, quite frankly, what Daniel Jones lacks. You can rally around Tommy DeVito. He'll give you a pregame speech. He'll give you something to believe in. He plays with a chip on his shoulder. He's a competitor. He's not going to get a tweet from me and Rappaport saying Daniel Jones showed some life today. That's an encouraging sign. No. Showing confidence and swag in year 6 isn't a good thing. DeVito oozes confidence. DeVito oozes swag. He is the anti-Daniel Jones when it comes to character and personality and leadership style. I don't necessarily think their play style is that much different, but he's going to bring you something new. And he's going to bring you some juice to this organization. And I'm going to have fun watching him on Sundays. Show Tommy Cutlets some love. Give me a Cutlets emoji or type those 15s down in the comment section. I'm excited to see DeVito and Gabagoo back under center. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram at @MarshallGreen_. Hit me up over there, and let's go Giants.